Hey guys, welcome to our pre-recorded video. I'm sorry I couldn't be here live with you this weekend, but I figured this was better than nothing, right? And we are focusing on the promotion that we are running this weekend, where you can earn this die set for free. So the die set we're talking about is the More Holiday Decorations, and I am here to show you kind of how it works and to give you some inspiration. So I kind of cheated and I went to Google and I kind of searched this die and looked for some inspiration. And I found this card and I absolutely fell in love with it. I just had to make it. And then I also found something similar to this that I wanted to try as well. So I'm going to show you some more inspiration towards the end of the video. But let's dive in and see what this die set is all about. So I'm just going to set my samples aside a little bit here. And this is the die set and what it includes. So this is the string, we will call it the string, and that is the string that the lights or ornaments can go on. Now you can cut this out of regular cardstock. I chose to use like a mirrored silver cardstock, which I just think it just looked so glittery and shiny. By the time I was finished, I was like, this is just amazing. And I kind of went with a more playful theme, but you can definitely make this very elegant by switching up maybe the string of lights to something with glitter paper. You can go with glitter ornaments. You can choose more traditional Christmas colors. So the sky is the limit. You can do lots of great things with it, but that is the string. Then you also get a die that cuts multiple bulbs at one time. So you'll get two of the backer, and then two of the front piece that you layer on top. So you get two bulbs each time you run it through, which is kind of nice. Then you also get the little die that does the, I don't know what you call this part, but it is that part that you kind of screw into your string of lights. And I chose to do that in that nice metallic silver as well. So that is that. And then in addition to that, you also get these really cute Christmas ornaments, the Christmas bulbs. And again, you get two that are stuck together in the die set. So each time you run it through, you're going to get a pair. And you get the backer piece and the front. And that will create these cute little ornaments that you see here on this tree. Now, these ornaments are the perfect size for lots of different things. I created the tree using the ornaments, but if you have a die that makes a tree, these can be decorations. They can also just be accents for other sets that you might have in your stash. But a lot of fun can be had with those. So that makes the ornament. And then there is a little piece, whoops, I almost dropped it, that makes the little bow. I'm not sure what this little piece is right here. I didn't use it on my creations. I didn't really notice it in any of the samples that I saw. So I just focused on the bow, but I'm not really sure what that is. I mean, we might discover what it's for, but you get two of those. So you can actually run multiple bows through. And again, you can see that I used them on the ornaments. The bows could be used on the light bulbs as well. I didn't, but you can. And then you also get this little, I call it a burst die in 3 different sizes. It's kind of like that twinkle that you see on some things. And that is part of the set as well. So all of that is included in the promotional set. And we have sent an email out with details on how to qualify for that and all that sort of thing. So you can check our socials and also your inbox if you're on our email list, and you will get details there. So you might be watching this video like much further down the line and this promotion is probably over, but we will leave this on our YouTube channel for you to revisit over and over again to create your cards. Okay, so let's set this aside. And we'll go back to the cards themselves. And I'm just going to go through some of the elements that I used. So let's focus on this one first. So I went with a non-traditional color scheme with this one. And I think it turned out beautifully. But I would like to do it again in tones of green and even tones of red. Even tones of silver would be really nice. There's just so many possibilities to do this exact same format and get sort of a different look. But if you're using the Christmas balls as accents, you can do them in reds and greens and golds and silvers, all the fun colors that you see out there when you are thinking of Christmas tree ornaments. So the bulbs and everything came from the set that we're giving away. The star, I just had a set in my stash that I used. And I decided to cut my star out of a gold glitter paper. And that's what I used as the topper for my tree. And then for the sentiment, I was actually at a friend's crafting when I did this. So I'm going to pull a little slideshow up here because I want to show you some options. I can't locate all of my my sets right now. I didn't take a lot of time to look, but I thought I was organized and I just can't seem to find them. So I'm going to show you what I did use. So there is the set in the packaging. So that is what it's going to look like when you get it. And you can see how fun all the multicolored bulbs are and how you can switch up the colors and have fun with it. So that's the first slide. This is the set that I used for this, the sentiments on this card. And it is called Mistletoe Greetings. We do have a couple of these in stock right now. And I'm going to add some to our next Spellbinders order so we can get them in again. And then when I get them in, my hope is that I will demo with the Better Press and the Glimmer machine how awesome this set is. So what this set gives you is two different sets of sentiments. One side, the right, is a little bit longer, and then the dies are shown below it. They kind of have a little bit of a wave to them, which you see here on this card. And then on the left side, they're a little bit shorter, and there's the fishtail banners that go along with that. So it is a set that has all of the sentiments stuck together. So you run the plate through one time, and then you put the die over top of it. And then when you cut it out, you get all of the sentiments at once. So you can see up here, I've got some extra sentiments set aside for future cards. And I found a lot of the sentiments worked really well with this set. So lots of great options. So that is one option. And then I also pulled up this set. This is the set that I used on my other card. Let's just slip this over here. So on this one here, it's a smaller set, and I foiled it in silver. So I'm going to hold that up a little bit so you can see. So see how nice they are? They're a really nice size. And again, you get 5 sentiments with this with matching dies. And each one of them is a different font, which I really like too. So this one we are sold out of. We've had it in stock several times, but I've added it to my Spellbinders order and we will get more. So that one's called Merry Messages. So if you want to be on the notify list for that, just email the store, and I'll just pop our banner up here. So here is our email address. Just email us at the store. Let us know you're interested in this set and you'd like to be added to the notify list. And that way we will notify you when it's back in stock. Okay, so it's just as easy as that. And that goes for anything. Unfortunately, once this promotion is sold out, we can't get any more of it. It's a discontinued die. So you can't email us about that. So those are the 2 options that I used. But I pulled out another set from my stash that we've sold in the past that a lot of you might have because it was a really popular one. And it is called, what is it called? Let me look here. I have it on my desk somewhere. Here it is. It is called Joyful Christmas Sentiments, and it's also from Spellbinders, and it was a collaboration with Simon Hurley. So this one is, I've got my set out here. This one here is a little bit bigger set, but there's room on both of my sample cards to accommodate something like this. And you get sentiments like Happy Holidays, Deck the Halls, Merry Christmas, Joy to the World, and Season's Greetings. I did not check to see if this was still available. If you're interested and you haven't got it, it is a glimmer plate. So it works only foil. It's not Better Press. And we can look into that for you. But we don't have any in stock at this time. It's an older set, but I know a lot of people bought it. So I thought I would throw it up here because it would be a good option. And then what are we moving on to here? Oh yes, types of paper. So I used a metallic silver paper for the string of lights on my card, and also these little bulb ends. I also used metallic silver in a mirror kind of finish. Now, I kind of pulled up some options for silver paper. My first recommendation are these sets here. So these, let me get rid of my slideshow for right now so you can see the whole screen. So these sets here are treasured cardstock from Spellbinders. Now we are waiting for a shipment to arrive, and I've restocked as many as I can. These things go in and out of stock a lot this time of year, but it is something that we carry throughout the year. And they are such good value. So inside each package, you get a variety of types of, in this particular case, silver paper. So you get a glitter metallic, and it shows the weight, 100 pound. And then you can get a matte metallic, a brushed metallic, a mirrored metallic, and a pearl metallic. And all of them, I've opened up this pack so you can see. Now I save every little scrap that I have with these because I want to use all of them. But you can see here that you get 3 sheets each of all the different finishes that are available in the pack. And they're just so handy to have for things like this. So they come in silver, which is here. And then I have the rose gold. And I have the gold. There's also a white one. Now that's one that's been out of stock for a while, but it's back in stock now. And again, we're waiting for that shipment to come. And they may have a black one and an like a deep blue. And again, you know, those should be en route to us because they did just restock all those things. So just keep an eye out. And again, if you want to email us, let us know that you're interested in them. We can let you know when they arrive. So that is the metallic silver. Now, if you want to have something like this in your stash, I just wanted to show you a couple of more options. So this is a set from Altenew. It's called Brushed Silver. They have other colors as well. So this isn't going to be the shiny metallic. It's going to be a little less flashy and a little more subtle, but still very beautiful. So that is an option. And then this is the Concord and Ninth matte silver paper. So again, a little less flashy, very elegant, and a great staple for your stash. Then we have the 12 by 12 POW silver glitter paper. Now this is very sparkly and shiny. The glitter does not rub off. It is in a 12 by 12 sheet. Those can be bought individually. You don't have to buy a pack of them. So that's a nice option if you want something glittery. And then we have the Lawn Fawn metallic silver cardstock. And again, these brands come in different colors as well. I just kind of focused on the silver. And then we also have from Prism Studio, this is a glitter paper as well, and it's called Chrome. So those are great options for silver papers if you're looking for something to add to your stash, if you don't want to go with those treasured cardstocks that I just shared. So that is the silver paper that I used. Now, again, I'm going to go through and show you how I created the little light bulbs and how easy they are to do. So we'll do that in just a couple minutes. Now let's go back to this card here. And this one, I used a gold glitter paper. Again, I used that treasured cardstock that I showed you before. This is the glitter version of it. So you can see how glittery and sparkly it is, but the glitter doesn't come off. So it's not messy. And it die cuts beautifully. So everything from nice chunky stars to tiny little bows. It's awesome. And then the scalloped piece that I used in the background on this is from Master Layouts 14. Or sorry, Master Layouts 4 from Gina K. Now we talk about that one a lot. So I'm just going to pop it up on the screen here. I believe that's my next slide. No, it is not. Okay. I don't know which slide is next. Let me just double check here. Maybe I didn't add it in. I did not. Okay, well, I don't have a slide to show you for that, but look up Master Layouts 4. It's a great one, and it does include a die to do this nice scallop background. So we use that scallop a lot. So if you're looking for a good one for your stash, it's a nice one because it does allow you some space between the edge of the scallop and the base of your card. So you can slip in other colors of paper in there too, just to create some nice layers. So that is that. And then, oh, I wanted to point out this as well. So on the background of this card, you'll see I have that snowflake pattern in the back. So you can use patterned paper if you want to. That is an older plate, but the newer version of it is available. And it is a better press plate. So you can stamp this with your better press machine with ink. And then you also can glimmer it with the glimmer machine from Spellbinders. And this is what that looks like. So it is called Snowfall Shimmer. And again, this has been in and out of stock many times throughout the season, and we keep ordering it. So add it to your wish list or send us a quick email and we will make sure we notify you if it happens to sell out. So that is what I would recommend for the background. And I used white foil on this blue cardstock for the background of that. And I just love that look. So it is subtle enough that it doesn't overpower your card, but it just really looks awesome. And see how everything is twinkling when I'm kind of turning the lights there. So isn't that fun? Okay. And then just to let you know the colors of cardstock that I used on both cards. Oh, I don't think I used it on this one. That's a good question. I might have used. Okay, so this tool for me is a lifesaver. If you have not swatched your cardstock in some format, I highly recommend it. I used this a lot on the weekend when I was creating these cards just to pick out colors. But these three colors here are the ones I used on this card. So they're from Spellbinders. It's Cascade, Celestial, and Cosmic Sky. And then if I just scoot down to this end, yes. So, and then the other color I used for this one is called Breeze. And I store my cardstock in these 9x12 bags. I cut off the zip part on the top, like the little zipper closure. And I just label them on the top. And then I store them in a storage folder on its side so I can easily slide them in and out. And then any scraps I have left over, I just pop into the bags when I'm done. So that is what I did there. But again, I used white foil on that. And then I just ran it through and got the stitching border on the outside with a stitched rectangle die. I believe I used Lawn Fawns for that. Okay, so let's get rid of my slides here. And then I will show you quickly how to put together these cute little ornaments and light bulbs. So let's do the light bulbs first. So what I did was I used 3 different colors of blue, and then I mixed and matched them to create the layers. So I do recommend a pair of tweezers when you are working with dies that are tiny like this. If any pieces of paper get stuck in the holes, you can just pop them out with that. They also work well as an extra set of hands. And I try to let the tweezers do most of the work for me. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to put it on a lighter color base, okay, just so that you have a little bit of contrast. And I'm going to start, oops, I didn't get my glue press ready. I'm going to start by getting my glue press open here. I find that this is the best option for me for applying glue because I can really control how much glue comes out. Okay, so you're just going to put little bits of glue on here, and then you're simply going to layer it on one of the solid base dies, like so. And now I learned a little trick from Nicole Spohr. She's one of my favorite YouTube influencers that I like to watch. And she uses reverse grip tweezers, and she uses them to squish things together while they're drying. So I'm just going to do that quickly with that. And then I'll move on to another one. I'll use a lighter color, and I'm going to go right onto the darkest base, just for fun. You can mix and match these however you want. If you want to use the same color base as you are on the top, you can do that too. But you're just going to create a bunch of these little ornaments. And then once they're all ready, you can go ahead into the assembly process of your card. I actually enjoy fiddly stuff like this quite a bit. And it's something that I sometimes take out to the television with me in the evening when I no longer want to be in my office, but I still want to be working on something. Can take a small die cut machine out and some cardstock, cut them all out and get them assembled. And then they're ready to go for the next time I sit down to create my card. So once you create quite a few of these, what you're going to do then is you're going to install the little bows. They are very easy to work with if you have a good pair of tweezers. You want something with a really, really sharp point on them. And we sell quite a few pairs. I just put a little dab of glue right in the center, and I'm simply going to rotate this over and pop the bow on the top. And with liquid glue, it does give you a little bit of wiggle room, so you can kind of move it into place. And then again, I'm going to grab those tweezers that have the reverse grip, and that will just hold that in place there while I glue together or add the bow to another one. I've got a second bow here, so I'll just add that. And then we'll just pop that on there. Doesn't have to be exact when you first set it down, because you can pick it up and slide it into place while that glue is still movable. or you can completely remove it. There we go, I got it. And then you just simply take those tweezers and hold it in place. And you don't have to hold it there very long before you end up with it tacked up. The glue does dry pretty quickly, but that is what those little ornaments look like when you're done. So imagine them done in silver, for silver bells or gold. You can even get into pinks and reds and combine those together, depending on what your color scheme is. But I just think they're so adorable and that you could use them for so many things. So that's how you can create the little ornaments. So we've got lots of those. And then to create the card, I literally eyeballed it. First, I got out my T ruler. I'll just show you what that looks like. I have a card size one. We have a couple of options available. You can go with the Pear Blossom Press. They have a nice T ruler. Or you can go with the My Sweet Petunia one. They're both card size. And basically what I did with my card front is I placed the T part next to this just to give me a nice straight line for my first row. And then once my first row was done, then I was able to just kind of nest the other ones kind of in between, and it gets narrow as it goes up. But in between the ornaments, I kind of, you'll see, I'll use my tweezers to be my pointer. You'll see my bows kind of overlap right here. That was my goal. And then I had enough room to put a little gold ball in between just for decoration. And I did that all the way up. And I did pop them up. I popped up my star, and then I added my greeting at the bottom. Now for the little gold balls, I'm going to pull out my gems here so I can show you. I dove into this little pot right here. So this one here are gold, silver, and black pearls. And that is a mix from Gina K. She has a mini set and just a regular size set. So I have them mixed in here, and I was able to pull out the size that I wanted and just put it in between each one of those ornaments to create that card. So that's how simple and easy this one is. And really, once I got all my ornaments made, the assembly of the card went really fast. So it is something that you could mass produce. I wouldn't mind making, 8 or 10 of these in a row. You just have to spend a couple of nights in front of the TV putting together those little ornaments, or put your favorite show on Netflix, or your favorite music in your craft room, whatever you like to do, and just have a little assembly party. It's a nice thing to do when you're getting together with friends and you want to be able to chat and stuff as well. And you don't have to focus so hard. So I find lots of opportunities to put this type of thing together. So that's that one. And now we're going to move on to the other version. And it's great that you get all of these things in one set. So the ornaments are super easy to do and a lot of fun because you have a lot of options. So what you can do with this is I used a little sticky mat. So I'm just going to pull mine out here, take my cover off. And this is from Ultinew. This is the 7.5 by 7.5 sticky mat, but Waffle Flower makes them. Ultinew also makes bigger ones. My Sweet Petunia, the makers of the Misty, also have thin sticky mats that you can use. And I find doing projects like this is really easy to use a sticky mat. So all I'm going to do is put the top part of the ornament, and that's the one with the little hole in it, down on my sticky mat. And I'm going to pull out a blending brush. I'm using my Ultinew detail brushes today, and I'm going to get a green one. And what I'm going to do is grab some green ink. So I'm using Pink Fresh Key Lime. I went with brighter colors, more like rainbowish, but you can definitely switch it up to whatever you like. And I'm simply going to apply the ink to the ornament. And I'm starting at the top, and I'm applying more ink to the top part and kind of letting it fade out as it goes towards the bottom. That's kind of the look that I was going for. But again, if you want it all one color, you can do it that way. You can cut them out of solid cardstock, so you don't even have to do the inking step if you don't want to. But I love the option of being able to have a gradient sort of color. So here is what that bulb looks like once you've inked it. Okay, you can see it's a little bit darker at the top and it sort of fades out. So I'm then going to take that and I'm going to adhere it to a solid bulb. So this one's white. So when I stick this on there, that white is going to show through that little hole. Oops, I have a little glue booger here. There we go. That happens sometimes. So we're just going to put some glue on here. And we're just going to lay that on top. And again, you don't have to line it up perfectly when you first lay it down, because that glue will give you that wiggle room. Okay, and I'm going to grab those tweezers for a minute. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the toppers. So I like to use one of these wax pickup tools for this, because the pieces are quite small and you just want something really easy to pick them up. So now what I'm going to do is just add a little bit of glue to the top part there. I'm going to pick up the little topper and I'm going to position that right on there. And again, I can just kind of wiggle it in place with my fingers. And once I get it where I want it, you can just put that set of tweezers on there and hold that in place for just a minute or so, and then it will tack up. I'm starting to think I need a second pair of these just so I can mix and match them with the projects I'm doing. So anyways, there is your finished bulb in green. I mean, it's adorable. And then you simply take your string. This is how it cuts out. And you can place it on the back of your card on different angles. You can go straight across. You can use pieces of it. So if you only want to do like a short strand of bulbs, you can just do that. So like if you want to add them to a Christmas tree or a sleigh or something like that, you can cut the strings down to different sizes. But I just put a few of them across there. And then I simply took my bulbs and placed them on the string wherever I wanted them to go. So just kind of place them wherever. And I did glue the string down flat, and then I popped the bulbs up. And then you'll notice that I put a little shiny crystal gem next to each light bulb. And those just catch the light when you move it around, and it just makes everything sparkle and twinkle a little bit more. So that's kind of how I went ahead with the assembly of the 2 cards that I made using this set. Now I'm going to show you just a couple of slides of some other inspiration that I found on the internet. When you go searching for the name of the product that you have, you can just do a Google search and then hit the word images, and then lots of fun things will come up. So let's see. So there's one set that I found. So again, this is more of a cardstock version where they cut the string of lights out of a green cardstock, which the string of lights is often green, so it will blend in with your tree. So that makes it a little more realistic. But I like that they've combined the ornaments with the light bulbs on the strings. So you'll notice a couple of the ornaments on there. And then they used cardstock for the actual bulbs, which is nice as well. And then here's one where they've used glitter cardstock for their bulbs. So you've got green glitter, silver, gold, and red. And then the string is black. So that's an A2 size card. And then they also had a sample where they had done a mini slim card, which is quite nice as well. And you can actually join strings together. So if you're a scrapbooker and you wanted to have a large string of lights on a layout, you can just intersect these and you can join them and make a longer string. So you're not limited to just cards on any of this. And to make a tree like this as an element on a scrapbook page would be beautiful as well. And then we have one more here. Again, very sparkly. They've used glitter cardstock for those light bulbs and metallic cardstock for the strings and the little bulb ends. And then this one's really cool because it's just a embossing folder for the background, a nice scripty font for their greeting, and then the lights. So very, very traditional looking and easy to put together. I think that's my last one. Yes, it is. Okay. So, whoops, let's get rid of this. Remove. There we go. That's it. So a quick 30-minute video just to show you some inspiration and kind of the ins and outs on how to use this fantastic die set. Like I said, we are running a promotion this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, while supplies last. We do anticipate that it's going to be a popular one. So hopefully you were able to snag one for yourself. Again, check your inboxes and our socials for all the details. And we will see you again soon.